I know World Record Store Day is coming up, and there's all kinds of different record things going on. I know record swaps are going on. Record Swap Day is coming on. This all coincides perfectly with the Vinyl 4, right?
Yeah, you talk about, records, the best record of all time. I mean, you might be able to find some of these records this Sunday at Record Swap Day. We've got a gentleman by the name of Gary who is going to be participating in this. And I've always wanted to know how this works. Is it always like we just grab our old records, we take them, and then we trade them with people?
Yeah, like when you traded baseball cards as a kid. That was the fun part about baseball cards, was trading them.
Trying to work that deal.
Like you felt like a little general manager. Now you can feel like a little music mogul. I will give you Quiet Riot and Twisted Sister for Def Leppard. And then you're like, Quiet Riot and Twisted Sister. Not strong, but decent 80s albums. But it's no Pyromania. No, I'm not trading you. I'm not trading you those two for that one.
The Vinyl 4 going on now, KZOZ.com. A lot of people asking, how long do I have to sign up? When's the deadline? The 19th. I would do it before then, but that is absolutely the last day that you can actually send in your upfront bracket to try to win tickets to every single grandstand show at the California Mid-State Fair this year. That's what we're giving away, plus parking, and we're going to get your admission into the fair as well.
It takes about, 4 or 5 minutes to fill out the complete bracket
Yeah,
up
it
front.
Depends.
Yeah, if you hem and haw, it could take up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, it could take you longer.
The cool thing is you could fill it out based on gut reaction and then go back and change your picks up.
And then second guess everything you did?
Up till the 19th. Well, maybe survey your friends, ask your friends. Like we got Gary on the line here. Gary, what's the
Hey, how you doing, bud?
Good. What's the better album between the matchup I keep going back and forth on is Poison's Open Up and Say Ah and Metallica's Master of Puppets?
Oh, I'd probably have to go with Metallica on that one.
Okay.
Everybody has told him that, Gary. I don't know what his damn problem is. Would you get past this?
See,
Metallica by a landslide.
I want to talk to a record guy and ask him. It's cool what you guys do as record enthusiasts because it wasn't until I started filling out my bracket for the Vinyl 4 that I realized that, what was cool about albums and what we missed today about albums is albums were put together with a thought process. Like they were put together to tell a story or have a feeling. Like one song would be put on an album and it was maybe a upbeat song, and then you would have a transitional song, then you would go down. And it's just, there was a process to song placement on an album that I realize now generations moving forward will probably never understand, because most people just buy their singles on, iTunes or whatever.
Well, a lot of them had themes too. Like one I always go back to. I mean, I'm a huge Hendrix guy, but to me, Electric Ladyland is just there's nothing better. I mean, it's two albums, but every song is just. And then any album that has Voodoo Child and All Along the Watchtower on it, how can you find any fault with that?
Mm-hmm.
So talk about this swap you guys are doing up in Lompoc on Saturday. Is it Sunday? Sorry, not Saturday.
Yeah, it's Sunday the 8th, and it's from 12 to 7. Actually, the swap part of it's going to be from 12 to 4, and then from 4 to 7, there's going to be a band, a good buddy of mine, Keith Cox's band is called Different Strings. They're going to be playing from 4 to 7.
You ever heard of You ever heard of the Mooks?
Yeah.
That's my landlord's band.
Oh, no, they're really good. You know what? There's a lot of local people that we really love.
Unless you go to Finn's in Grover Beach. I don't know if you know.
So you're not doing your rent any favors here.
He just raised it on me. I can't raise it again for at least a couple of years. He hasn't raised it on me in 4 years, so I think I'm safe for a while. But anyways, I'm sorry.
Finn's, I went to Finn's for my birthday. Some friends took me there. I love Finn's.
Oh, good. Okay, so back to Lompoc. This Saturday starts at noon. A little bit of a cover charge to get in?
The cover charge, I think, is for the band, but to get in, I believe it's free. And then the address, it's 321 North D Street in Lompoc, and it's called the Lompoc Wine Factory. And then there's actually going to be one of the vendors that's Indie Pulse Music. They're going to be selling some stuff there, and it's nice because part of the proceeds are going to go to a music program called Heartbeat for Kids.
Oh, very nice.
I think they're going to be selling like T-shirts and carry bags for vinyl.
Cool, but you guys are going to, you're going to show up with your carry bag. Got it. I guess that's probably a must, right? How many albums do you plan on taking?
I'm probably going to take 500 or 600 at least.
How do you get that in the? How do you carry
It's a lot
that
of
around?
crates, dude. That's a lot of crates. Milk crates.
Milk crates?
I have a Ford Focus station wagon, and I have a bunch of wooden boxes that I've built over the years. And
okay.
Once I put it in there, it's pretty easy. But the thing is, I like to take a little mix of everything. There's a lot of people that just have like a certain niche, but I like to I take jazz, and I've got country, and I've got pop, and I've got rock, female artists, 12-inch singles, that kind of thing, because I feel that you do better if you have more of a variety.
When I was a kid, I used to trade baseball cards, and my greatest trade, well, at the time, it was my greatest trade. Looking back on it now, they're both, it's a non-factor, but I remember celebrating this trade, is I traded a Darryl Strawberry rookie for...
Drugged out loser. Sex addict.
Yeah, for a roid head, Jose Canseco.
Another steroid user. Steroid user.
Yeah, two real winners.
Yeah, I know. But
at the time, those cards, man.
At the time,
you got the Canseco rookie card, right?
I got the Canseco rookie card.
Yeah, that was like a huge card back then. It was like $500.
And the guy was just happened to be a Darryl Strawberry fan. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's pull the trigger. And I think I had to throw in something else or something. But it was.
I'm probably going to take a couple things to have people gawk at, which I know they probably won't buy. But I have a 1969 Blind Faith tour photograph book that in all the time I've been collecting, I've never seen another one.
You would never trade that for anything. You're just going to go show it off?
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm probably going to put $100 on it and see, but because it's worth that or even more. But I don't think anybody will buy it. But to me, it's just amazing to see because, like I've been doing this for 40 plus years, and I've never seen another one.
So this is not just trading, but it's also buying. I mean, obviously, you could trade cash for goods at any time, but this is a vinyl swap. So is there a lot of people like where records? You know, they're like, oh, I'll trade you this record for that record. Does that go on there?
Oh yeah, you can. I think that's the point of it is they want people to bring their stuff out if they want to get rid of it because I know a lot of people are to the point that they don't have turntables anymore. But then the whole thing is I've done a couple shows where I always like to interact with people and talk to them and I'll ask them, well, what kind of equipment are you playing this on? Oh, I don't have any equipment. I'm just buying the album, and I'll look at them like, what?
What's the best trade? Like the trade that you're most proud of ever pulling off in the vinyl swap arena?
Well, probably wasn't a trade. It was probably I went to a estate sale, and there were probably I would say 500 or 600 albums where some of them were still sealed, and there were half-speed masters. And I was bidding with another person, and I bid $105, and he couldn't do any better than that, and I got the whole thing.
Wow. I bet estate sales are gold mines for guys like you.
Oh, there was a box of books, a box of CDs, and when I got home, my wife's sister and her husband were staying with us, and my wife come unglued when she saw how much I had, and then I explained to him how much I paid my brother-in-law.
But wait! Just listen.
Well, no, he looked through half a box and he says, "Oh, that's there's that much $105 worth in half a box here."
But do you ever see that money back? Everybody always says that. I watch this Storage Wars, and they're like, "Oh, this is $50, this is $100, this is a $40 bill all day," and it's like,
"Here's a plastic bag. These are banned and slow. This is worth $10."
I know it's a hobby, but do you actually ever sell it and get any of that back?
Yeah, you can do pretty decent. The whole thing is, the bad thing is with people's human nature too. I think if you try to undercut yourself and sell it for too cheap, people have this thing in their mind where they almost pay more money for it than less, and I don't know why it works that way, but I've got to the point where I was selling them where I would just finally said to myself, you know what, I haven't held on to them for 40 years to sell them for.
See, that's why I think you're making a mistake on that book. I know $100. I mean, I can't believe you've had something that you prize that is such a prized possession to you that you're going to let go for $100. I'd put $300 on it because that's when somebody's going to like, wow, why is this worth $300? Because I've never seen another one like it.
You guys haven't been around that long, but there used to be a Cheap Thrills here in Santa Maria that there was a Hendrix album. I moved here from Michigan in like 79 or 80. This bootleg, it just came out of Hendrix that was actually had a real nice custom cover and everything. It was on the label, it was called Jupiter 444, and there were only, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand pressed. And when I left Michigan, that thing was going for $175. And I mean, you could not find it. And I got out here, and I was looking at Cheap Thrills here, and it used to be in the Stoll Center Plaza, and I found it for $14, and I'll never forget. I took it because I didn't have the money at the time.
That's the best deal,
I took
Jack.
it. I took it, and I slipped it into like Frank Sinatra or something like that, where I knew nobody would look. And then I got home the next day, and I got the money, and I came back and bought it, and now I have 2 of them.
Nice. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's one of those ones I won't ever, because it's so hard to come by, I won't ever get rid of it.
Now, you said this is going down at it's a wine facility in Lompoc at 321 North B Street?
D Street, D as a dog.
Yeah, Lompoc Wine Factory, 321 North D Street, and it's this Sunday, the 8th, from 12 to 4 is the vinyl sale, and then from 4 to 7 is the band.
That's my game at the wine factory, because I'm sure there's going to be wine there, right?
I'm going to be drinking wine, selling albums, making money. It's going to be great.
See, that's the thing, is I'm going to booze you up, and I'm going to get that Jimi Hendrix album.
He's going to be buying you wine after wine. All right, Gary. Hey, thanks for chatting with us. Gary. We appreciate it, buddy. Good luck.
You have a great day.
All right, you too. Once again, it's happening on Sunday, 12 to 7 at the Lompoc Wine Factory, if you have to Google it.
Good morning.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.